Welcome to Grow Yourself. Today we're talking container gardens. All right, so one of my clients wanted a key lime tree, but they don't do that well around here. So we're gonna use a container, and that way when it gets cold, we can move them inside. And we're gonna use this wood container. It doesn't heat up or cool down too much.
All right, with my container plants, especially fruit trees, I like to do a base of rock at the bottom for drainage. And this is Bahama lime, and I mixed in some eggshells for a source of carbon for the fruit tree.
All right, for the soil mix for this guy, we're gonna use a mixture of some mushroom compost and some topsoil, which you can find at your big box or any nursery locally. That mix up with our hands, and that way when we put it in the soil, it's nice and already mixed together for us. All right, so before I put this guy in the container, I went ahead and pruned the top of this guy and balanced him up, and that way if he goes to flower and fruit, it'll do a lot more eating. All right, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get this guy out of his pot and we're gonna tease the roots. You wanna take your fingers and just rub them in there gently. Really let this guy know, hey, you're not growing in a small space anymore. So this is kind of what we'll have going in here. So we have about 5 or 6 inches to fill before we put him in, and we want him to sit about right there, and then we'll backfill with the rest of our mix. And I like doing this with my hands. That way I can really feel the texture and the moisture content in here, so I know I'm getting the right stuff. Now we got this guy filled up, about probably 7 or 8 inches down there. And then this guy, you can see the placement of him. We're gonna have the soil go to about right here, so that's perfect for him. Let me come forward him real quick. And then what we're gonna do is we'll take the soil mix and then backfill. You want to hold them in place, go around them. Definitely make sure you're throwing soil all over the pool deck. So this is Okinawa spinach, and these guys will grow at a completely different level than our key lime, but they're also subtropical. Anything under 32 degrees, they'll like to be moved inside or covered as well. All right, so fun fact, key limes, true key limes, do not have thorns, and they have these circular leaves. All right, there she is looking all beautiful. I really only put 3 things in the soil in these container plants. As additives, I'll use eggshells, I'll use spent ash from a fire pit, and then I'll add compost from my compost pile. What's up? Thanks for checking us out. Hopefully you learned a little bit about container plants, and check out our podcast. Next week we'll cover container plants and seed starting, and we'll kind of just go over some questions and whatnot you might have. So have a good day. Grow yourself. Use a mixture of this mushroom compost here and then topsoil. All right, so we got our guys planted. We got our guys planted. Damn dog.